A fight to win the spot as Attorney General sparked by the destructive war on drugs. Joining me today is Andy Taggart as he has announced his candidacy for Attorney General of Mississippi. Thank you so much for being here.
It's a privilege. Our announcement was just a couple of hours ago, so this is still very fresh.
Awesome. So we're on it now, and tell us a little bit about the reason you're running for this position and how it hits really close to home for you.
Well, thanks, Lindsay. It hits too close to home. My wife and I would never have signed up for this program, and we wish we didn't know what we do know. But we suffered a frontline casualty in the drug wars and the loss of our youngest son after a year of drug use. And consequently, we have come to learn there's a very marked difference between predators and victims. But unfortunately, sometimes the system treats predators and victims in the same way. And I'm just convinced that the Attorney General can lead the charge both against predators and nailing them to the wall, but also in redeeming and rehabilitating victims.
Right, so you're aiming to make a difference here in Mississippi in that regard.
That's right. I grew up in Moss Point, and every community on the Gulf Coast has had to suffer through this scourge of the poison of drugs, and virtually every family that would be honest has also been touched in some way by substance abuse. I think the state's chief law enforcement officer ought to be focused on the greatest earthly danger to our children, which in my judgment is drugs.
Absolutely. You know, you have been in several facets of Mississippi throughout your years as serving as a councilman. Tell us a little bit about what you have done.
Well, I had the privilege to get to serve as counsel to State Auditor Phil Bryant when he was in the State Auditor's office. I was counsel to Haley Barbour when he was governor. Had the opportunity to serve as co-chairman on the contract review board for Governor Phil Bryant when he was elected governor. But my career really started in terms of state government as Chief of Staff to Governor Kirk Fordyce, and I miss him a lot.
Right, so you've done a lot, and is there anything else you would like to add before we wrap up today? We'll be looking forward to seeing you on the ballot.
I'm so honored to have the chance to visit with you. I think the primary thing that I would want to leave with your viewers is that I believe Mississippi needs leaders that are as impassioned about our future as some people are about our past, and I'm looking forward more than I'm looking back.
All right, Mr. Taggart, well, thank you so much for joining us today, and looking forward to seeing what you bring to Mississippi.